In this video, let us discuss how logistic regression works. We will use Excel's solver add-on for our example. Just like linear regression model, logistic regression model computes weighted sum of features, but outputs a logistic. This is a very important concept to remember. Let us look at the formula once again. Left side of the equation is called logistic. P of x over 1 minus P of x is odds ratio. That is probability of positive event over probability of a negative event. Logistic function is nothing but a sigmoid function. It outputs a number between 0 and 1 if the numerator c is 1. For logistic regression, numerator c is always 1. Let us now build a loan payback prediction model for our bank manager. Explanatory variables are on the right side of the equation. Here, in this example, income, loan amount, and state are explanatory variables. Interpretation of coefficients in logistic regression is very different from linear regression. We need to understand the concept of maximum likelihood of data given the model. We will explain this shortly. Now, please open the spreadsheet provided in the blog post. The formula for Logit of P looks very similar to weighted sum of features as in linear regression. Remember that the objective is to determine whether there is a useful relationship between the predictor variables and the probability that the borrower will pay back the loan. Now let us calculate the odds that applicant will repay. We use exp function to remove the log from Logit formula. Next, use odds formula to get probability that applicant will repay. We are measuring probability of default. Spreadsheet formula is quite simple here. Given that your individual observations are independent of one another, it's possible in theory to assess the overall accuracy of your logistic regression equation by getting a continued product of all the individual probabilities. Note that we took a log of likelihood to avoid arithmetic underflow issue that occurs when values are very small. Let us initialize coefficients, then use Excel solver to optimize these coefficients such that the sum of log likelihood values is maximum. Solver add-on can be found under Tools section. For solver objective parameter, enter location of cell that calculates sum of log likelihood values. Enter location of cells for coefficients. Click on the Solve button now. Interpretation of the coefficients is very different from the linear regression model. Interpretation of the coefficients is very different from the linear regression model. In this fitted model, coefficient of income says that holding loan at fixed value and state to state 2, we will see 11% increase in odds of repayment for 1 unit increase in income. It helps to remember how odds are derived from logits and probabilities are generated from odds. Thanks for watching. I hope it helped.